It's Android Authority here. My name's Darcy Lacouvé. We're taking a first look at the Galaxy Note 10.1. Now, this is a device that generated a lot of excitement when it was launched at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona last February. It was delayed for reasons we won't detail now. Let's just say it has something to do with Apple. Either way, what we're looking at today before us is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful Android tablet on the market. It features a 10.1-inch display with a resolution of 1280 by 800. Now, Samsung received a little bit of criticism, in fact a lot, from the hardcore evangelists, and us included, for not including a high-res display like the one they made for Apple with the iPad 3. They're more than capable of doing it, and it appears to be a cost-cutting attempt on their part. Internally though, what we're looking at is a 1.4 GHz quad-core Exynos processor, which is incredibly powerful, and the same one that's featured in the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the Galaxy Note 2. Otherwise, we have 32 GB of memory inside, 2 megapixel camera on the front with a 5 megapixel camera on the rear. Up top we have an infrared sensor with a micro SD slot obviously, a 3.5mm headphone jack. We have some headphone buttons and a power. Samsung made an intelligent move in terms of the design by putting the speaker grills on the front. How many tablets have come across our desk that have had speakers on the rear that were muffled when people hold them in the way that they have to hold tablets? So it's nice to see they finally improved in that area. Otherwise, we're looking at S Notes right here. And S Notes is kind of cool because we have the ability for multi-pane utility. So we can watch a movie, we can check a Polaris office, a gallery, or we can use the internet. Particularly for those that are maybe webmasters or otherwise graphic designers or dealing with large amounts of data and who need to make access and notes to spreadsheets and whatnot, it does appear that this would be great with the S Pen and its functionality. In S Note itself, we're able to export notes to PDF and also out to JPEG. Alright, how do we want to export it out? So quite convenient. That's nice to have, you know, and typically if I was to use something like this, I would have to send it as an email attachment, then I would have to use Photoshop on my computer. So for creative types and for others who are dealing with a lot of visual and textual and quantitative data, this would be a device that could benefit them greatly. Samsung included a whole bunch of other stuff which we're not going to get into. Typically we're not really fans of manufacturer overlays. They slow down the device, they try and augment Android, but typically they actually slow it down. And if you think the performance of this device is fast, if you actually remove some of the widgets that Samsung has included, you will know that it actually gets a lot faster. Either way, it is still one of the most powerful devices on the market, and in 3D gaming, it really has great smooth operation. Otherwise, it has embedded GPS and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The GPS is very accurate. We were able to get a signal of more than 20 feet within our approximate distance, which is great. It does also work without Wi-Fi. The S Pen is obviously created in partnership with Wacom, one of the leaders in the digital stylus space that Samsung has been collaborating with for over 2 years. It does claim that there is over 1,000 levels of pressure sensitivity, although it does seem like there's more like 5. So let's try and make a new note here just to show you a few things. Okay. So we can incorporate a lot of different stuff. It is quite responsive actually. We're here with Android Authority obviously. Something that I'm not really into, I'd be more about changing and copying over images, and if I find something, a cool little thumbnail or something, I would be interested in including that. So for me the S Pen doesn't really bring the greatest amount of attraction. Otherwise, we have a PLS LCD, which is known for its incredible brightness and low cost of manufacture for Samsung. Other than that, the device itself, the build quality is questionable. It does creak and groan under bending. The back does have quite a bit of flex to it. In terms of the aesthetic, it is very similar to the horizontal etching featured on the Galaxy S3 and Galaxy Note 2, that is. The flex makes me question it. We have a proprietary port on the rear and a microphone slot, and this is where our S Pen slides into, if I can get it in there approximately. Otherwise, the Wi-Fi is very good to connect. The speakers are very loud. It is very rooting friendly. As we know, Samsung devices are very easy to root. The cameras, I did a Skype HD with a family member. It was alright. The rear camera is questionable, but no one really likes to take pictures with their tablet anyway. Yeah, other than that, our first impressions have been very positive. Nice fluid operation from this device. A demanding app, which is over screen, is very fluid, and you'll see that it loads quite quickly as well. Basically, this is an independent third-party app that offers you the ability to do a lot of different stuff. We can have multiple windows open at the same time. So if I wanted to have YouTube going and then perhaps my email, if I can even, there we are. It's quite fluid. Also too, we should know that Samsung did opt to include 3 keyboards in this one. This is their floating keyboard, which doesn't really float, but that's what they call it. Then we have our standard QWERTY keyboard. So it's good to see that Samsung really is trying. Otherwise, yeah, we're generally quite pleased with it. It would be better if Samsung could lower the price, but overall the performance, and despite the resolution display, it's still quite excellent. So let us know what you think of the Galaxy Note 10.1, if you think it's a tablet worth $499 for 16 GB, and what you'd like to see from Samsung in their next high-end tablet. My name is Darcy Lacouvet. We're here from Android Authority. Thank you for checking out our review, and let us know what you think of our channel and our videos.